Dominic, if you could keep the mic there for a second. I know you've got a great story of how you were mentored in your university, and clearly that exemplifies exactly what you just said, and I'm going to ask you to tell everyone about it in a minute. But I'd also like you to touch on, in that story, what the benefit of that mentoring was to you.
So this was way too many years ago at Sydney University. I had an amazing professor at the time, a man who's long since left this world, by the name of Professor Henry Mayer. And he was a very unusual, very funny, passionate, crazy Hungarian who would come sort of storming into lectures and tutes and raging about something that had happened in the media or whatever that day. And you either adored him or sort of ran a mile. Anyway, I was lucky enough to be someone who worked with him for about 4 years, and he had a huge influence on my life. And I didn't realise that what he was doing was a form of mentoring. But Henry had this, which goes back to Marilys's point about sharing. He had this funny thing where if he knew that you were working on, a paper or something, a shoot, whatever, a presentation, that he would clip things out of journals and newspapers, and you'd get this strange kind of stuffed envelope that it would appear in the mail, and there wouldn't be anything, it would just be all these things ripped out, but you knew that they were all customised to your particular interest. And I discovered after a few months that there was about 15 of us that used to receive these strange envelopes from Henry. And they were all things that encouraged me to think differently or perhaps take another perspective on something. And I have taken that I don't quite send people stuffed envelopes, but my staff will tell me that all the time there are these strange things that appear on their desks, and I still do it to this day. And there's a whole kind of network of us, probably about 30 of us who referred to ourselves as Henry's children, because he used to kind of issue these edicts to you. And these people are all over corporate Australia and in government, very, very, very senior people now, because we've all been around for so long. And that was that sharing idea. And I suppose what Henry was doing was he wasn't telling me to do anything with these pieces of paper. They were just little jots, little notes, little things that would prod or perhaps spark an idea. And that's something that's been incredibly important to me, and I'm still talking about it to this day. But it is that sharing, having enough interest in somebody that you know what matters to them, and taking the time out to make a little gesture that says, this might help.
There's many benefits of mentoring. I think it is really broadening your perspective on things. I mean, any one of us can only take perspectives from our own experience. If you can really broaden that out with your network and learn different ways of approaching things, different strategies, sometimes it's to cope with things or to guide your activities or to lead better or to choose a path that might help your professional development, then that's what mentoring is.